Now, Christian, he ended up becoming the #1 contender after winning a fatal 4-way on that respected episode against Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, and Alberto Del Rio to face Big E Langston for the Intercontinental Championship on Main Event, which was going to be live on the WWE Network, followed by the Wednesday night broadcast on the Ion channel. Christian would unfortunately not make it to that match on Main Event, as apparently he suffered a concussion at some point during that fatal 4-way match, and as a result of that, he was actually pulled from his match against Big E Langston, and instead, on Main Event, it was Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio to determine a #1 contender to face Big E later on that night on that respected episode of Main Event. And we actually saw Dolph Ziggler pick up the victory, and Dolph Ziggler fans everywhere, Dolphins, I know you guys were like, yes, could it be we're gonna see maybe Dolph Ziggler climb back up the mountain and be the Intercontinental Champion and go into WrestleMania into that Andre the Giant Battle Royal match, maybe score a victory there or what have you. No, we unfortunately did not see that. I know there were many of you that probably felt that we were getting ready to see a new Dolph Ziggler get pushed or whatever, but that's not what had happened, as Big E Langston has successfully retained his title, Intercontinental Championship title that is, over Dolph Ziggler. But nonetheless, a very good match between the two. Definitely some history in there. They were allies, they were enemies, now they're on good terms again. A lot of history there between those two guys. And did anybody notice that Big E Langston is now pushing a Big E t-shirt? About damn time. He even kind of displayed a little bit of personality out there. It's kind of looking as though WWE is kind of loosening up a little bit and letting him have a little bit of free reign, if you will. We'll see how far this goes, but it's nice to see him finally pushing a t-shirt. I wonder if that is now available on WWEshop.com. I hope it is. Very curious to see and hear how the sales of those t-shirts are doing. But, you know, you just gotta feel for poor Christian due to the fact that he is no longer in that position where he's going to be fighting Big E Langston there. I think at this rate, WWE, they may be giving strong consideration to having Christian just hang up the boots as being as far as being an in-ring competitor. And honestly, if it's the last time that we're going to be seeing Christian, I think he's had a hell of a good run as the man, I can't believe I'm actually saying this because I've been a longtime Christian fan. But, you know, I really hope that with what we had saw him in from Monday Night Raw this week, I actually hope that's not the last time that we see Christian in the ring. I would like for him to have a proper send-off. And for me, that proper send-off would be to maybe have one more match. No pun intended, but I would like to see him have one more match. Win, lose, or draw, just go out in a blaze of glory, put it all out there. Maybe he can put somebody over, you know, an up-and-coming guy. Maybe he could put an up-and-coming star over, but it would be nice to see him officially announce his retirement. And I know that there has been talk about having him be a trainer down at the WWE Performance Center. And I think that'd be a really good transition for him to go into. You know, it's unfortunate that things had worked the way that they did with Edge, because I just feel that Edge would have been the perfect candidate to go up against Christian to give him his one more match. But honestly, at some point, WWE really has to take a step back and they got to say to themselves, look, Christian keeps getting into these matches where he has a concussion. Every time you turn around, he's not making it like 6 months later. These concussions are coming at least every 2 to 4 months. We got to do something with this guy. And honestly, I'm really hoping that this is a serious wake-up call for them, to the point that they say, look, Christian, we love you. You'll always be in a position where you'll have a spot here in the WWE. But as far as your days as an in-ring competitor, too risky, it's over. And honestly, I don't think Christian has anything to be ashamed as far as his career in the WWE. You just go back and you think about his career. You think about everything that he's accomplished in the WWE. Let's not forget, he had held the WWE ECW championship at one point when they had relaunched the new ECW brand. Multiple time tag team champion, most of those with his partner Edge. He was also a TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I know that's something that WWE doesn't really want to acknowledge, but at least on 2 occasions, he was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Let's make sure we get that right. There was a time when TNA had a healthy relationship with NWA, and they were sporting the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and Christian had won that on at least 2 occasions. I mentioned the ECW Championship. He won that on at least 2 occasions. He was a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, a WWF/E Intercontinental Champion 4 times, 1-time European Champion, 1-time Hardcore Champion, 1-time Light Heavyweight Champion, 23rd Triple Crown Champion, and a 11th Grand Slam Champion. Guy has pretty much done it all in the wrestling business. He has just a great illustrious career, and honestly, Christian should have no shame if WWE were to tell him his days are over. That's it for him. I think he's done a job, damn good job, well done. He needs to give himself a pat on the back and really just take that step back and move to that next position in the company and help really craft the stars of tomorrow. His fingerprints would definitely be appreciated in helping WWE with the NXT brand. That's helping WWE and Triple H with the NXT brand, and also helping out at the Performance Center. What do you guys think about that? You can definitely send some feedback my way.